My mother, Elaine Frye, passed away on January 8th. She was a strong and courageous woman that inspired me as well as so many others. Yet most people had no idea of the adversity and darkness that she endured. Romans 8:28 states, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." And this was certainly the case with Mom. Mom's first marriage did not work out. She only shared that it was abusive and she had to get out. While going through Mom's paperwork, I found her marriage license from when she married Dad. They got married in Lawrenceburg, Indiana in October of 1965. And 5 months later, I was born, and coming in at 8 pounds 5 ounces as a preemie delivered 4 months early was quite impressive. Our early years were marked by living in multiple locations. I did not understand as a youngster that we were moving from eviction to eviction. If anything, I thought it was a grand adventure. Our highlight, or perhaps lowlight, was living at 3 different addresses on the same street in 1 year. The reality was that Dad was not working and would often disappear, and Mom would have to move us each time and figure things out. She was the anchor that we could trust to never leave us and always take care of us. Eventually, we ended up in Milford, where we had a landlord that would not evict us as he felt bad for us. Dad went through a rotation of jobs, typically selling insurance, cars, you name it, but he would go for a bit and then just stop going to work until they let him go. During one of our very difficult times, Mom would set up a table in front of a gas station near our home and take up whatever she thought she could sell in a wagon. One day she wrote me a note asking me to be the man of the house and watch the kids while she spent the day in the hot sun trying to sell something. This really had an impact on me, and I saved that note. 2 days before Mom passed away, I shared that story with her and what it meant to me, and she told me that she was just trying to sell enough stuff to feed us kids for the next day. Think about that. She would humble herself and do whatever it took to take care of us. In many ways, Mom was a prisoner of a bad marriage. There were 5 kids, 7 of us total in the family, renting a 2-bedroom, single-bath ranch house. There were many times that the only car we had was a demo from Dad's work, and he was gone all day. Yet Mom endured through the adversity with a smile and positive attitude. Mom loved spending time with her family. She loved the holidays, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas. She loved to decorate and to cook, and those meals and gatherings were put together with such love that we will never forget them. And even in the very lean years, Mom always made sure to make our Christmases special. I know that I will never forget them. As each of us kids grew older, Mom was eventually able to get divorced and rebuild her life after so many struggles. Throughout everything, she had always been selfless. Even when we were crammed in that small ranch house, we were like a shelter for runaways, bringing in multiple people over the years that Mom would help. She was always there for others with a compassionate ear and loving heart. Mom battled cancer multiple times. I remember taking her to the ophthalmologist where she had concerns about having a cataract. The doctor found cancer in her eye and told her it had to come out immediately, and it was removed within a couple of weeks. What did Mom do? She took it in stride and, of course, would even make jokes about it, even telling us, "I'll keep my eye on you." Mom was my ultimate role model. Remember when I shared that story about the note she wrote me before going to the gas station? I became a 12-year-old adult that day. A light switched in my head for everything that made my mother's life difficult. I wanted to not do that. I wanted to fix that, and I wanted the best for our mother. I wanted to have a wonderful marriage filled with love and to focus on family and have Mom be part of that, and she was able. And for all the years of having nothing, I wanted to spoil her and give her the best, and God blessed our family, and I was able to bring her to Hawaii while stationed there. I must share that Mom was afraid to fly, but she got on that huge 747 and flew all the way to see us, and little did she know I had some more adventures planned. I had set up a helicopter ride and even told the pilot to really take it easy, and he agreed. Of course, about 3 minutes into the flight, he took off like a bat out of hell, and I remember looking back and Mom had a death grip on her seat. However, about 45 minutes later, we were flying about 140 knots right over the waves as they broke along the beach. And when I looked back, Mom had a huge smile on her face. Mom was a strong, courageous woman who endured a lot of adversity in her life, yet she always put others before herself. 2 Corinthians 4:7-12 says, "But we have this treasure in jars of clay to show that this all-surpassing power is from God and not from us. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." We always carry around in our body the death of Jesus so that the life of Jesus may also be revealed in our body. For we who are alive are always being given over to death for Jesus' sake, so that his life may also be revealed in our mortal body. So then death is at work in us, but life is at work in you. One of the highlights these last few years was a Wednesday night Bible study we put together, which Mom attended. And as a smart Bible study leader, I would save the difficult questions I could not answer and then invite Chad to join us for dinner and Bible study and then let them stump him with those difficult questions. I want all of you to know that Mom really experienced a revival in her spiritual walk with Christ. She was confident in her faith and her eternal destination. She sought God through her dark times, and not only did he guide her, but God's light shone through Mom's life to be a light to those that watched her. I love you, Mom, and I can't wait to join you in heaven.